trying to be a parent, but I gotta run an errand. I promise when I'm back, I'ma feed my kid a carrot. Damn, this stuff is tough, man, I thought it was inherent. I'm trying to be a parent, I'm trying to be a parent. Sometimes you gotta drink, cause that shit can be kinda stressful. Sometimes you hit the blunt, cause that green will help you rest, yo. You know your ass be slacking when you gotta look up things on YouTube. Like, bro, how you wipe your baby boo-boo? Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make moms laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Shawn is the name G. Yeah. Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make pops laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family.
It is on fire.
Amanda and Shawn is the name G.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Welcome back, folks. Episode 33
Shawn's lucky number.
of the Trying to Parent podcast. It is July 2nd. Hope you guys had a great June. We've got some big stuff coming up.
Yeah, it's about to get real busy.
Over all of these next 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of travels, lots of fun stuff.
Yes.
So, did I mention that we were pregnant last time? I don't remember. We are. We're pregnant. So that's exciting.
Super exciting.
And with that comes more pregnancy talk and more pregnancy topics. But before we get into that, let's hop into almost blasted you guys' fucking ears. Let's just get social.
Social.
With social media.
Hey.
What do we got?
We got Facebook and Instagram at trying2parent. YouTube at trying _2parent. And please, if you like what we're doing, you think we're a little funny sometimes.
If you learn literally anything.
If you learned something about the 90s and you thought that was cool, leave us a 5-star review, please.
5 stars, very important. Super important.
I'm not funny, but Shawn's funny, so.
Debatable. But it's funny watching us trying to be funny. And if you would like to be one of the people that calls in the future, you know what line to hit. This is crazy. I think we're going to have a caller next week. 360-450-5008.
I think the only phone number that I remember from a podcast is the Say ESPN, 888-SAY ESPN from the Greenie podcast.
Very easy to remember.
We listen to that so much. We don't have a cool catchphrase or anything like that, but just think of the song.
Hey, I just met you. This is crazy, but here's my number. And then I come in, 360-450-5008.
That part. Yeah, remember that one.
Make a ring to it, make a sound, make it a hit. You know what? Maybe it'll blow up. We'll see.
We might get sued for copyright infringement, but...
Nah, that chick is dead. I don't think she's dead.
No, she's not. Jesus Christ.
Either way, she ain't coming for us. What's her name? She has a dumb name.
Del Rey, Lana Del Rey, or
That is not Lana Del Rey.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Sorry, Lana, if you're listening. Disrespectful.
Something.
We'll move on.
Okay.
Anyways, let's talk about pregnancy stuff. And I guess we'll get into the week a little bit, but like we mentioned, Amanda's pregnant. And I know that you showed me a video the other day on Instagram, I believe, of a girl walking around holding her belly places when she really, didn't look pregnant. She just looked like she was maybe a little chubby or a little fat.
Oh, yeah. It was like touching your belly so people thinking that you're pregnant instead of just fat.
And then it started hitting me man, if I started to have a lower belly pouch, I was pregnant, I would definitely walk around and always be touching it to let people know no, there's something in here. It's not just food.
Oh, I've been doing that. Not all, but a lot of my bottoms at the gym are tight and stuff. So but also I'm just contracting my abdominal muscle sometimes will give me cramps. Trying to keep my core tight during exercise. I'm oh my God.
I did ab roller yesterday at the gym, and I am sore in that area down there on the bottom. I'm maybe I'm pregnant, cooking something up down there. It hurts.
Yeah, I do find myself like touching my belly a lot, but it also is getting a little bit more noticeable now, especially after I eat. This motherfucker pokes out.
Yeah, and I just feel like you see a lot of girls, especially at the gym, that wear those like high-waisted spandex pants things. And when you're like any sort of relaxed, unless you're just like shred city, it looks like you could be 2 to 3 months pregnant, most people. So
that's unnatural for women to have a little bit more fat in the lower abdominal area.
I didn't know I was part woman then, because I have a nice little bit of fat in my lower abdominal area.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I was hitting the ab roller. But again, I'll look at people, I'll be like, are they pregnant? No. And she'll be like, no. I'm like, well, that's what your tummy looks like right now. Maybe they are. Maybe you don't know. But maybe it's just a thing, you know? Not being disrespectful, I know how hard it is to hit that lower ab.
Yeah, it's hard. Naturally.
It's impossible to get rid of that shit. I need a drink of my coconut water.
Oh, cocoa.
Agua de coco?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like over the years of my 20s and like early 30s, I've just been doing like little things to try and cheat with the little something like, oh, laser lipo pads and all this stuff. It never really goes away.
Yeah.
Unless you're dropping some money, but I'll save that for the after baby fund. After baby fund.
Hop on those steroids and really cut it in the butt.
The movie Knocked Up tight. Just tight.
Did you just pull a movie reference?
I did.
I've seen like 8 movies before,
I know.
So that's surprising that you were able to pull that from your mind. Speaking of pulling things from your mind, I know you've been having some pretty crazy pregnancy dreams.
Yeah.
As far as just being pregnant. I remember when I had the dream that I was pregnant, and you were like, are you a male seahorse? I'm like, I don't know. Dude, male seahorses are the ones that are pregnant? Yes, they are. Yeah. Another fact that you would have learned about listening to this podcast. So, how those dreams been going?
The dreams are crazy. Last night I had a dream that we are having a boy and that my brother and sister-in-law are having a girl. But let's see, we watched Black Mirror. I had a dream that someone was trying to murder me.
Typical.
I've been like pregnant in all of my dreams.
What a horrible person to marry. Try and murder somebody that's pregnant. I mean, come on.
I actually don't know if I was pregnant in that one or maybe.
That's good. You're like, save the baby here. If I'm going to die, let it just be me.
I don't remember. But in all of my dreams, I've been like, oh, no drinking for me. I'm pregnant. Or like, whatever. Like,
well, that's nice of you. You're like, look at this. I'm gonna eat sushi in my dreams.
But yeah.
I'm definitely not drinking. That would be the one place I would drink in my drink.
I know. I was kind of disappointed. Like, damn, I can't even feel buzzed when I'm sleeping.
Fucking weak.
But my dreams have been just very all over the place. But luckily last night's wasn't that crazy. So normally I would just pull a dream story up, but that's like the most fresh one in my head. And it wasn't really that exciting. But
not a problem. Well, what I will do is I will pull from my book that I read when we were first pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
And I read the whole thing. But now, since we're well past the point of what we talked about before, because we basically stopped at the maybe 8 to 10 week mark, I don't really recall. Mm-hmm. But now that we're at week 13, so the book is We're Pregnant, the First Time Dad's Pregnancy Handbook. I feel like I'm going to be able to write a book about this stuff because it doesn't seem like that difficult.
No.
But week 13. We're at week 13, right?
Yep. Tomorrow will be the beginning of week 13.
Alrighty, so let's talk week 13. And we'll call it a trimester.
We will be the beginning of the second trimester.
While mom's baby bump is only now beginning to become completely undeniable, I would say true, especially after a meal.
Yeah.
You go from looking like somebody who has a little baby bump to somebody who is full on like something's going on in her abdominal area. There have been other changes that aren't so subtle. If you've been tuned into your partner, she's gone through a fair number of physical changes that, for a new mom on her first pregnancy who isn't expecting them, can be a tough pill to swallow.
Interesting.
Headaches are a frequent offender. Have you had much headaches?
The only real headache I had is when I got lightheaded in the parking lot. But I went too long without eating.
Yeah, eating, snacks, very important. I think they mentioned that in here. Like I said, always snack. People find that we snack much less out here due to the accessibility of snacks. Like before, we'd always buy like nuts and cheese container and just like all sorts of shit. They don't have that type of stuff really at the grocery stores.
They don't have their ready-to-go snacks.
Yeah, it's just not like, it's not as convenience level. That's why people live in the U.S. Very convenient.
Yeah, that's true.
So headaches, we did talk about the lightheadedness because you've been getting lightheaded quite a bit, just standing up and stuff, which I know is pretty common.
Yeah, I'll say that's definitely the most common symptom I think that I'm having.
And I feel like it's affected me. Now I'm getting lightheaded when I stand up. It's kind of it's rubbing off on me. So we're both like, oh, we're standing up, grab onto me. But much more important that she doesn't fall than I do. So the headaches, they say, are just due to an influx of, hormones and all that stuff. So if you're not getting headaches, that's good. It says you're probably thinking, big deal, it's a headache. Take something and move on.
You can't take something.
Yeah, but most of the normal remedies out there are off limits and could potentially have negative effects on the fetus. Mm-hmm. First of all, what kind of asshole is thinking it's just a headache, take something, move on? She's pregnant. Come on, man. Come
asshole. Baby daddy.
Asshole. And while she may not have shared her trials and tribulations with you, constipation is another big issue as she closes out the first trimester.
Yes, it is.
That has been an issue.
And that's been one I would also say has been very constant.
Oh, that's going to be good.
That's
going to be good.
A cup of coffee yesterday for the sole purpose of trying to poop.
That's how. What was the girl on the page?
Oh my God.
Facebook page. If you're having problems pooping, ladies or gentlemen, because we all know we've been through that as well. I've been constipated. Nobody likes that shit.
This girl, yeah, because I'm on a baby's due in December and then a baby's due in January Facebook page, just because the baby could come early in December. And one of the girls was like, "Okay, I know you're constipated. Here's the remedy: a cup of coffee and Taco Bell." She's like,
Taco Bell. Wasn't there something after that? I thought it was a 3-part deal. I'm pretty sure it was a 3-part deal.
There's been a couple, like I'm reading through the comments, a lot of people said like Miralax and like suppositories and stuff like that. But the most common one has been just coffee.
Coffee makes you poop. It's like alcohol used to do for me. As soon as I had some alcohol, I was like, I have to shit right now. I know a lot of people are like that with cocaine.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not doing the best stuff. Maybe it's great. I don't know. But as soon as it hits your nostrils or your mouth, you're like, where's the toilet? So you can't do coke. You can't drink. Next best thing is coffee.
And you can't even really do that.
In moderation. What we got to do is a anal insert. What do they call that?
Suppository.
Not a suppository. It's
a butt chug?
Not a butt chug. Jesus Christ, we're not butt chugging. What is it called when an enema? Thank you, Shawn. A butt enema. Just a nice coffee butt enema.
Oh, there you go.
Probably shouldn't do that.
No.
Definitely shouldn't do that. It's baby very potent. So yeah, constipation. That's been a big.
Just a bunch of deer poops.
Yeah, and with her uterus expanding and growing another human, it tends to act like a belligerent drunk, pushing its way through a bar to squeeze another drink off in before happy hour officially ends.
Wow, I wish I could do that.
That's a good way to think about it. The other changes mom is experiencing are emotional. It's certainly not uncommon for all of a sudden to think that your partner has gone off the deep end. With all those raging hormones, her moods could swing like a pendulum. 1 minute, you are the sweetest hubby who ever existed. And the next, you're the shittiest person on the face of the earth for not putting the TV remote back where it belongs. Now, I can tell you guys from firsthand, we have not had that serious swings of emotions.
Oh, thank you. No.
Amanda has not been mean to me.
No.
Which, is expected. You expect, crazy emotions. She's roaring to go on testosterone. She's just fill it up with the juice, and she's like, sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. Hulk Amanda, not Hulk Amanda. But no, it's been all good. Now, as far as emotionally being emotional, crying and that type of stuff, we definitely have had that.
I did it today.
Yeah. Tell about what you cried about today. I wasn't there.
Okay. I was literally just laughing at a Facebook group from one of the January babies. They're like, okay, ladies, stupidest thing you've cried over so far, and go. And just reading some of those, I was like, because I haven't necessarily like had that many like just random cry bouts.
Wait, reading them, you're thinking like, well, this bitch is dumb? Like,
I was just like, oh man, they sound a little crazy. I'm glad I haven't.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right, because you've read some to me and they're like, okay.
Yeah, like, and even like my best friend, she's like, my husband ate the last part of my leftovers in the fridge, and I'm like, well, first of all, that was your leftover, so yeah, that was a dick move. But
Dick move. I get upset when somebody eats my leftovers.
Yeah,
I'm never pregnant.
Right. So today, Mason and I went to the beach because you had to work, and I saw, because we're going to Japan, so I'm part of like a Japan travel planning Facebook group.
Important. Facebook group for everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm old.
Such a mom.
I'm old.
What's it going to be like? I don't know. Let me look it up on Facebook. Wow, there's a group for this. That's great.
And someone was like, oh, me and my daughters had these custom rings made in Osaka. Here's the link. They have locations all over. She posted a bunch of pictures of like the process and like the types of rings. She's like, they're totally customizable. You pick the metal, you pick the size, the finish. You can have them engraved, all this stuff. And at that point, I just started thinking about how cute it was. I'm literally sitting under the umbrella at the beach. Mason's in the water. I screenshot it. I send it to Shawn. And then I just start crying because I think it's so cute. And like, oh my God, what if we got a ring for me to symbolize our baby moon because we're having a baby? And oh my God. And I started crying.
Oh wait, I didn't get a ring?
You can have a ring, baby. We can make one together.
Thought I got a ring too. Symbolize our baby moon.
Yeah, well, okay.
I want a ring.
You can get rings together. But that was like, I don't know if I've legit cried over anything yet.
I've definitely seen you cry multiple times. What are you talking about?
I don't remember.
You've cried multiple times. We've been sitting on the couch just about things.
Well, yeah, I'm like thinking about how much I love you and stuff.
Not just that stuff. I mean, just in general, like, I feel like you come across something and you're like, oh,
it's super cute.
really
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was like interesting though, because that's when I wasn't right next to you. Because normally I just like will get this like bundle of emotions and then like look at you and then it just really sets me off.
You're like, all right, it's gone now. Thanks. I'm like, thanks what? What? You're like, nothing. Never mind.
No.
Or look at Nina and you're like, hey,
yeah, I know. I'm like, I just love you so much. But I wasn't expecting
emotions,
like a Facebook post
to get you.
To get me. And it wasn't even like, I don't know. It wasn't even like that cute.
Hey, crying is very good for you. I love a good cry, especially when it's like a happy cry or
happy
just
cries
like
are the best.
An inspired cry or an emotional like, I can do this cry or whatever it may be. A lot better than a sad cry. Sad cries.
Oh yeah, I've almost cried on a conference call.
Yeah.
Yep. They were.
You become Diane. Cry.
Oh,
cry
gosh.
everything. You're
Yep.
like, I'm gonna say this first word, but first I gotta cry. Like, wow, you are very emotional, ma'am.
Other than that, I feel like I've been fairly mild. I can feel myself, especially when I'm hungry. I'm very quiet because I'm not in a good mood. So I'm just quiet.
That makes sense. That's probably a smart thing to do because when you get hangry, you get a little mouthy. Not you, anybody in general, and you're like quick to snap at somebody. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
Feed me.
I'm just tired.
You got to get some snacks. Got to have snacks on deck because nobody likes to be hangry, especially somebody with a baby inside them, I imagine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little baby stats real quick. It says First trimester, month 3, baby stats. Baby's head is now 1/3 the size of its body. Do you recall what the baby size is right now? Didn't you just tell me? Was it like a tennis ball? Or?
That was yesterday. Today it said as tall as a scoop of ice cream. Yesterday it was as tall as a tennis ball. The day before that was as tall as a Kit Kat.
I swear to God, a Kit Kat is taller than a tennis ball and also taller than a scoop of ice cream. What kind of scoop of fucking ice cream are you getting?
I need to go where the scoop of ice cream is.
Jesus, a scoop of ice cream. That's unbelievable. But a Kit Kat is for sure like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches long?
No, it's 2.5, I think it said on the app.
A Kit Kat is not 2.5 inches
long. I don't know.
Not a chance. Okay,
I think we need Kit Kats and ice cream, and let's compare the difference.
Yeah, we're going to have to measure.
Here we go.
The head and the body are beginning to become more proportionate, so that's good. Much less alien baby, much more normal baby. Baby has fingerprints at this point.
Oh, no shit.
Which blows my mind. How does that work?
I know fingernails and teeth and stuff.
How do they have fingerprints? That's crazy. And if it's a girl inside that womb, they already have eggs in their ovaries. Mind-blowing.
Yeah. Our little grandbabies, maybe.
Yeah. Holy crap, that's weird to think about.
Yeah, really.
For mom stats, because those were baby stats, mom most likely has a visible baby bump. Like we said, it's really starting to come in. Her breasts have began to produce colostrum. I don't know what colostrum is.
I think colostrum is the first milk.
The agent to make the first milk? Okay. The risk of miscarriage has significantly decreased, which is very good. And her sex drive may increase.
Nice.
So what do you guys think? When did your sex drive start to change in the opposite direction? Because weren't you just talking to one of your friends and they were like, no sex drive.
Yep.
I have 0 sex drive right now. Because we've got multiple friends that are pregnant again and going through different pregnancies right now. So
yeah. Well, most of the time in the first trimester, women are just normally so sick. They're throwing up every day. They feel fucking awful. They're very nauseous and very tired. Just like that would be the last thing. And even though I haven't felt that at all, I haven't had any sex drive really. So
yeah, she said no, major symptoms. I know we've talked about that before, but pretty crazy. I mean, besides her super sense of smell, and yeah, I would say that's it. The lightheadedness. It's been pretty smooth sailing.
Chill. Luckily.
So, fingers crossed, it stays that way.
Yeah.
But when did your guys' sex drive pick back up? When do they say it's supposed to pick back up? Is it
No, second trimester.
second trimester?
They say this is like the best trimester because typically your energy starts to come back, your nausea goes away, your hormones are kind of balancing out a little bit because the placenta is now taking over instead of your body doing all the hormone producing itself for the baby.
Gotcha.
So it kind of passes that on, and that's supposed to relieve a lot of symptoms. And then plus you look pregnant, so you feel more confident. You don't feel just like a fat.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you see this? Pregnant, not fat.
Exactly.
Not just a fat person over here.
So then you start to feel more confident about yourself, and there's a bunch of factors.
Do nice things for me, people. I'm pregnant. Get that door, fucking asshole.
I'm going to stand in the line at Chedraui for special pregnant people.
Ma'am, why are you over here? You don't look very old. You're like, no, pregnant. You see?
Pregnant. See?
Oh, yeah, see. You know in there? I'm like, I don't know. We'll find out. They're telling me to support you emotionally, which is obvious. Be patient and understanding. Trying.
You are.
They say bonding time is important right now. Plan a date night for many moms as those pregnancy hormones rage and her sex drive increases between the hormones and the newly formed curves and larger than life breasts. Larger than life. seen some huge breasts in the world before. I don't think, larger than life. They're like, they're going to get the size of basketballs.
I feel like mine have definitely gotten a little more full. I didn't really notice until I put my swimsuit on, and I was like, it feels still tight.
You're like, check out these mom tits. What else? The sexual thermostat is going to start getting cranked up, which is cool. Perhaps now is a great time to plan a date night. Have dinner. No gorging. Maybe try a tapas joint.
Oh, I was like,
and see a movie.
No fucking at the restaurant?
Yeah.
I will.
No gorging.
Speaking, I'm assuming they're talking about like just stuff in your face with food.
Yes, that's what gorging means.
I will say that I would think that because I'm pregnant, I can eat a lot at once.
No.
But I notice that I actually continue to eat the same portions as pre-pregnancy, but I just feel awful after I eat. Like I don't have as much space and I feel very gross.
Yes, it says in here that you would like to consider breaking three squares down to 5 or 6 smaller meals throughout the day. Grazing instead of trying to win a competitive eating competition.
Because we went out to dinner the other night and I don't even feel like I ate that much. And oh my God, I was so sick. Sickening. I literally could have thrown up before we went to bed. I was so full. And I was like, I didn't fucking eat that much. Like, come on, baby.
That's like
I'm used to
surgery of making your tummy smaller. It's like you're losing space in there as far as tummy goes.
So my portions have to be smaller because
Yeah.
my stomach goes way out there when I eat now. It's like
very pregnant looking.
It's insane how much it sticks out. It's like a solid 3 inches farther.
Which is cool,
I'm like, now I really look pregnant.
But then you feel like we do all those times after we would go eat all you can eat sushi, and you're just like,
oh God.
If you killed me right now, you'd be doing me a favor. It's that bad. But that's why you go to all you can eat sushi. You're like, I'm going to be here until I'm about to die.
And then I'm going to fall asleep on the way home.
Yep. All right. So with your expanding belly and size of other things, I know you've been looking into some new clothes because obviously everything's getting really tight as far as gym stuff. And it's just nobody wants to be uncomfortable while they're at the gym.
Yeah,
or,
seriously.
You're already uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How's that been going?
Well, I need to actually
place Shein shopping.
Yeah, Shein shopping for sure. I need to actually put my cart information in order, but I let things sit in my cart for like a week or two before I actually buy them, just to make sure that I still really want them.
What do they call that, or what do they call the opposite of that?
Compulsive buying.
Compulsive buying.
You're the compulsive buyer.
I'm the compulsive doer. I'm like, oh, what's that? Let's do it right now.
Yep. That's
hey, you want to move? Let's move right now.
That's definitely you. I'm like, whoa. Let's.
I need to make cookies. Make them right now. They're like, we don't have anything for cookies. I'm like, that's all right. We'll fucking throw them together. We'll throw something together.
You did that last night when there's dishes. I'm like, you have to make that right now. I'm still preparing dinner.
Yeah. And guess what? They weren't ready when they really should have been ready. And so, yeah, that's what I do. It's my go-to is doing things right when I think of it. And that's how you get shit done, folks. Or that's how you get nothing done.
That's how.
Start a bunch of things.
Yep, I believe that's symptoms of ADD. Anyways, I have new sports bras, new workout shorts, because the workout shorts that I had were already tight on me, and now they're so tight on my thighs and my stomach. And half of the sports bras that I have are from before I even got my boobs done. So they're like I can't even wear them. They're so tight. And
this coming from the girl who still has T-shirts from junior high. It's like, Jesus Christ, lady. Come on. You think things are going to fit your tits before you had tits? Let's get some new shit. Jesus.
I just, and then so I have some like just plain T-shirts, but they're extra large. It's like a 4-pack of T-shirts, just so like, because
there's some nice cheap tank tops at the grocery store and stuff that were cute.
Yeah.
Hawaii style, which is like what the fuck are we
Hawaiians
doing
in
here?
Mexico, like, wrong. Island
Hang
life.
loose, bro. You're like, yeah, island life. You're like, nope, it's attached. It's all attached.
Just a Caribbean life, I guess. And some maternity bras, because I only have one non-wire bra, and it's getting tight. Just like, not even in the boob area, just like around the band, which is not necessarily a good sign. But I will say, I've been weighing myself at the gym, and that claims that I have not gained weight. I maybe gained half a pound.
Which is interesting.
Because I am
pregnant.
Larger. Well, so they say normally in the first trimester, it's okay if you lose weight, because a lot of people are throwing up so much they lose weight, or you can gain up to 4 pounds.
Wow.
For the first 12 weeks.
Like 4 pounds a week?
No.
4 pounds in the first 12
4
weeks?
4 pounds in the first 12 weeks.
I fluctuate 6 pounds a day. That's
maybe 5 pounds, but they say 0 to 4 within all of the first trimester. And then starting week 13, I should gain about a pound a week going forward now.
You know what we were talking about the other day? And this is going to relate to that, because obviously your body's going to make more fluid and just different things to take on the baby, is making those things.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me how your body can just make more blood or really make more anything when what's it making out of? Like, are you just taking blood?
How is it doing it?
Like, obviously when you're small, you have a certain amount of blood in you. And then as you get bigger, everything else kind of gets bigger and you just have more blood in you. Like, I'm assuming Shaq has more blood than I have, who has more blood than my nephew has. But where's the extra blood come from? I'm not that smart.
I don't know. I'm not a medical person at all.
I guess I could ask my sister that.
Yeah, she would probably know that.
I'm assuming like just more white blood cells get made. I don't know. We'll get off a topic we don't know anything about. Let's talk more about a topic that we don't know anything about, and that's parenting. How has so you're part of these Facebook pages now. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? Like, I know there's a lot of, she's always on it.
I mean, can spend all day on
she's
them.
She's literally always on it.
I love them so
I'm like, what is
much.
she doing? I'll sit next to her. I'm on working or doing something, and oh, she's on that Facebook page just reading about what other people are talking about, being fucking pregnant, and at the same time, she's like, this bitch is crazy. She's fucking got all sorts of crazy stuff going on. I'm like, oh yeah? What?
I'm like, check this out.
It's people who are having babies in January. I'm like, that's crazy. None of that stuff is happening to you. A little concerned about, if she's just going to get hit with a psycho phase or something. But some of these chicks are losing their fucking minds.
They really are. Oh my God. Most of the topics that are on the groups, a lot of them are name related. And
very important. I mean, very important topic. What are we going to name this thing that comes out of me?
Yeah, definitely.
Don't name it something stupid. A lot of them.
A lot of the names suck.
They're just not good. It's a fine line going between like something that's unique and something that's plain Jane, like everybody else uses. So you have like Jessica. Sorry, Jessica. I don't know who you are, but
there's actually
Jessica.
None of those names. It's like Everlyn.
Yeah, because now people are trying to get super creative with stuff.
But everyone's being super creative with the same names.
Are they?
Yes. Everything has a Lynn at the end of it, or like, just kind of like a couple years ago how everyone was like Jaden, Braden, Aiden, like for boy names. Like,
like,
now
I like
it's
the name
like
Sean, but I want to do Rashawn, LaShawn, Deshawn.
Well, that's black people.
Black. Not black enough to get a Rashawn, just black enough to get a Sean. It's a black spelling, Sean.
Yeah, a lot of the names. Oh, but I thought it was funny because last night we saw one and someone goes, what do you think about the name Summer Joy? And the first comment goes, for a baby born in January?
Don't shit on my dreams. Summer Joy.
Born in the dead of winter.
I
mean, I think it's a kind of a cute, catchy name, like Summer Joy.
I think less people would ask you, oh, were you born in summer, than if it was month specific, like we talked about, like, oh, I want to name my baby August, but they were born in April.
Yeah.
So people are just going to assume, oh, your name is August, even though August is a beautiful name.
I do like that name.
You were born in April.
And
April is still a name, not nearly as cool of a name as August.
Yeah, and one of the girls on there, she goes, she's like, my best friend's name is April, but she wasn't born in April, and she said it's the most annoying thing with people saying, why is your name April if you're not born in April? And so I guess it depends. Like, what kind of questions do you want your kid to answer? I don't know.
Yeah. So we've got a list of names we're thinking for our kids. I know it's one of those things that you kind of feel out as time goes.
Yeah, as the personality and how they feel in utero.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like an April.
No.
Months are somewhat weird names because there's only like 2 or 3 of them that you could actually name a kid.
August and April.
Is there anything else you can name a kid?
January, February, March, April, May.
Yeah. June, July,
August.
September, October, November, December. Yep. So there's 3.
There's been some name
Name
spin-offs.
somebody October. Maybe.
There's been some spin-offs of countries. So like not Ireland, but Ireland as a name.
Ireland.
And Scotland instead of Scotland. Scotland, Ireland.
Seems maybe a little doggish.
And then of course like the cities like Dallas, Phoenix,
Yeah, you
Boston.
definitely name
like
kids
that.
after cities.
Tempe.
Austin.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, come here, Los Angeles.
Come here, Chicago.
Well, that's Kim Kardashian's daughter's name. Chicago West.
Chicago. Yeah, that's right.
Kids Kanye. Yay. Excuse me, that's his name.
Yay, West. So names.
Yeah,
How
names.
did you guys come up with your baby's name? I feel like most babies have. You're not going to think of something that nobody else has thought of that is going to be a good name. Like there's other people out there who are naming the kids the same shit that you're coming up with. But it's just how common is it?
Yeah.
Like we were looking at, multiple different names, and then it's one of those things like you buy a new car.
And then everybody
you
notice
has that
everyone.
fucking car, and you're like, Jesus.
Yeah, because there's been some names like that we picked out last year where I'm like, I haven't heard really of any of these. They're all over the page now. The boy names, 2 in particular. But I'm like, oh man, like these are fairly popular. But
yeah, which, it's not something that
they're not like, it's not like a Brandon or like.
Well, I'm saying it's not, that wouldn't give me particular reason to change my kid's name of what we were thinking about. You're like, I want more unique, less common, because it's just kind of those things that go with the years.
Yeah, there'll just be like a couple years where like this is a popular name, and then in a couple years it'll be another popular name.
And it's a popular name for people who live in the U.S. That doesn't mean it's a popular name for them elsewhere they go.
Yeah.
Like if we're over in Asia, good chance that's not their names.
No one's gonna have
Europe, all these places are gonna be like, oh, your name is so and so. Like, guess what? Real popular name here. Nope. It's not how it goes.
True.
So it's not, I was gonna say one of the UFC fighters' last names, or you got the Brazilians, the Russians that all have the same thing. You're like, oh, you're just another offshoot of this.
Everyone's Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov. You made me stumble over that.
Nurmagomedov.
Sure, close. Anyways.
We're not Russian, though.
Names. So trying to figure that out. But
we need to find out what it is first.
Yeah, I still kind of like what we've got going on. And it's matching names up with other potential siblings.
Yeah.
So if you have a boy and a girl, my sister and myself, Samantha and Shawn, you kind of want something that goes together nicely. So that was thoughts that we were having. Mm-hmm. But we'll see, because in a couple weeks, we will be able to find out the gender by ultrasound.
Hopefully by 16 weeks, we should be able to.
Hamburger or hot dog?
True.
Alrighty. Do you want to do, because I didn't ask any questions for the listeners, I guess we haven't hit little highs and lows yet. I like this. Maybe we'll name our kid Derek. Maybe we won't. Alrighty. Highs and lows. Would you like to start? Would you like me to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Lay it on me.
I will say a high is 2-part. Well, maybe there's a couple things. We finally booked one of our flights to go to Phoenix for our Tokyo trip. So that's another part done on that. All
right, because we're going to try and do baby shower at some point.
Yeah, we're going to do baby shower before Tokyo.
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah. Well, I'll send a Facebook invite out for the people I care about.
It'll be somewhere in Arizona.
I'll be in Phoenix. And let's see. We are getting a bonus. You are getting a bonus.
Bonus, nice bonus, $4+ grand.
Yep, that's for the awesome work Shawn has done. And my best friend Mason's in town. The one that introduced us, for those who do not know. So he's been staying with us since Tuesday. He's going to get his own place here and stay for a couple months. And, we should have some more visitors coming, not staying with us, but just coming in town and overlapping. Should be a good time. So
and we'll be leaving soon.
We will. We leave in 8 days.
Go to Vegas for my grandmother's celebration of life, which means we will get to see all of the family and my sister and her kids and obviously my parents. And
yeah, that'll definitely be a great day. That's during the week.
Yep.
Nice. Yep.
It is. Yeah.
It's like a Tuesday through Thursday or Monday, Wednesday or something.
Makes sense. Okay. And what about low? Did you already do low?
Lows. Still a slow start for me for work, but I'm doing things I wasn't doing a couple months ago. I'm getting way more comfortable calling carriers and stuff like that. So that's been pretty good. I have noticed, I feel like my voice has been more raspy these last couple weeks. I don't know if it's a hormone related side effect of pregnancy. I don't know what it is. I'm hearing myself in my headphones. I feel like my voice is raspy.
It does sound a little raspy.
I feel like it was kind of like that last week too. So I don't know.
Use some honey in your tea.
Ooh, that would be nice. I just feel like I've been kind of more like a blah personality lately. I think I'm just kind of tired. And maybe a little more internally, not grumpy, but just meh.
I mean, makes sense. You're handling a bunch of new hormones and you're doing a new job, a job that requires you to talk with people who we all know are not always the best. So I think you're doing great. I think you're handling your emotions fantastically.
Thanks. Just
I
trying
don't
to
think that's a word.
be productive, but
I think you're doing good.
thank you, baby.
You're doing
I
great.
appreciate that.
So my highs and lows, I would say a high, and one of the things I wanted to touch on was that my mom had a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. They are considering moving from California out somewhere closer to my sister and us. They've wanted to they're retired, but they kind of want to, now that we're pregnant and we're definitely going to be having a child and we're going to be having another child after that, hopefully at some point, their whole thing is all right, now it's just time to spend time with the kids and the grandkids. With my sister being in Florida and us being over here, they want to figure out where they can get to, which would make it easier for them to get to us.
Yeah. I think that's
very
super cool.
exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe they're willing to move here. Maybe they're willing to move elsewhere because we'll only be here for maybe another year.
Yeah, that's what she was asking me. What are your plans? Where do you think you're going to go after this? Because they're trying to figure out where they want to go. They're like, well, do we go back to Arizona or do we move with one of you guys or do we go where Sam is?
But we can always go on a trip with them and look at some places hey, would you guys live here? I could see us living here for the next 2 or so years. And maybe one of those next places, we go in with them on a place.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we're not there, they live there and they keep it. And then we were able to go over to Asia and then Europe. But now we own a place in
Wherever
it is.
That would be nice.
So something to think about. You could do a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, something like that, depending on where it is and what the cost is.
Yeah.
But then they always have room to host us and my sister and the kids when they come.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Something to talk about. We'll have lots of conversations like that next week when we go see them. But another high would be help some great people this week at work. I think I wrote a week high, or a record high, 12 applications this week. So that was nice. The woman that I helped said some extremely, extremely nice things to me. And luckily our phone has a recording when we talk to people, so I'll be able to play it back to you. But brought tears to my eyes. It was very, very sweet because she was very thankful of me helping her.
I can't wait to hear it. Oh, it's going to make me cry. I can already tell.
It was very nice. And she's black, so comes with a little bit of flavor on it.
You're the best, baby.
Just love it when people allow me to help them. And my low, I would say, is that you had some frustrations with a certain family member this week, and that really upset me. And so
That's definitely been one thing I've cried about.
yeah. That's
I don't know if it's me being dramatic or...
It's not her being dramatic. It's very not dramatic. I would say more traumatic than dramatic. If we were talking about Maddox.
Little Matic.
Yeah. That's been frustrating, to say the least. So, at some point in time, we'll get that situation figured out.
Yeah.
But until then, those were my highs and lows. You have some stuff that you wanted to talk about. Oh, before we squeeze in the news, this is brought to you by a quick commercial break. I'm going to start doing commercial breaks because I want to do reads for our life insurance agency.
Yeah.
So one, we'll talk about hiring. If you are currently working a job where you don't feel like you're valued as much as you should be, if you're not making as much as you think you're worth, if you don't have the flexibility and the time needed and required to live the life that you feel like you want to live, then why not start looking at something else? A lot of people think, oh, I'm a little bit older. It's too late to change what I'm doing, so on and so forth. We have people that are transitioning into this business from age 18 to 70 plus who have been doing other things with their lives, some very successful, and some, like I said, just coming out of high school or, going into college. So being able to do stuff like this, spend more time with your significant other, with your children, whatever, just having the ability to have that flexibility is fantastic. The support and everything that you're going to get here is amazing.
It's unlike anything I've experienced.
So if you're looking for something else, I'm not telling you this is easy. I'm telling you it is worth it. It's worth getting good at. It's worth getting better at. And again, it can give you the ability to change up your life just like we have. On the flip side, with the 4th of July coming up, people are always passing on the 4th of July. There's always crazy stuff going on, fireworks, drinking, partying, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Public service announcement, people. Get yourself covered. I don't know how many people, the lady that I just helped that said that super nice stuff about me and how appreciative she was, had lost 3 people in her family this month, or that past month.
Oh, God.
3 people. One was 24 years old. It was from taking some drugs that were laced with fentanyl.
Oh, my God.
The other one was from cancer, and the other one was kidney issues. Nobody ever thinks things are going to happen to me. 24-year-old surely didn't think I'm going to die at 24 years old. But I'm telling you guys, you have to. If you have a family, if you have anybody that you care about, it is legitimately your responsibility to make sure those people are taken care of. That is what you signed up for when you brought that person into your life, whether it was your spouse, your fiance, your children, whatever it is.
Even if you aren't married and you have parents, like, do you want to bring your family into debt when you pass? Like, at least cover your final expenses.
And I'm telling you, to get something small at our age costs pennies. Literally, at 30 years old, you could put a $50,000 permanent policy in place for like $20, $25.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's permanent coverage for the rest of your life. Like, I'm just telling you guys, I talk to so many people that tell me so many horrible things, or I talk to so many old people that are just wanting to get coverage. That guy that I talked to that had cancer right now,
Stage
he's like,
4.
I want to get something. It's like, you cannot get anything that's going to help you out, that's not going to have a 2-year wait period, which if you don't think you're going to make it past 2 years, there's no reason in even getting it, because, you know, it's not going to pay out. So don't wait. Put something in place. You have to. I mean, whether it's with us, whether it's with somebody else, you owe the people that you love, the people that raised you, the people that you're building your life with, the people that count on you to help them grow up through life. You owe them that. So look into it. Just look into it.
Yep.
And that was our commercial read for the day. So I think it's time now to get into...
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Fuck you, Florida.
Today, we're going to talk briefly about the importance of folic acid and folate in pregnancy and why it's important. So if you're trying to conceive or you have gotten pregnant, I'm sure you've heard of like, oh, make sure you have a prenatal, take your prenatal. And the reason prenatals are recommended is because they contain a recommended dose of folate or folic acid. So what that is, it's vitamin B9. Folate is the naturally derived compound found in food like leafy greens, vegetables, fruits, and legumes. And then folic acid.
Legumes or beans?
Beans. What's the magic legumes on The Office?
Yep.
Folic acid is the synthetic form, which is added to foods like bread, cereals, and dietary supplements. So the reason why this is important and you want to take it in pregnancy is because it helps prevent birth defects like neural tube defect and spina bifida. If I'm saying that correctly, I don't know.
It is spina bifida.
Spina bifida. So spina bifida is the most common birth defect and occurs if your baby's going to have it, it's going to occur within the first couple weeks of conception because that's when the brain and the spinal cord are forming. Most cases of neural tube defect can be prevented if you have enough folate and folic acid before and during early pregnancy. So typically you want to take at least 400 micrograms. So the rule of thumb is at least 30 days before conception and then the first 3 months of pregnancy. They typically say if it's in your mind, like that you want to get pregnant, to start taking a prenatal with folic acid immediately. Like what? I've been on a prenatal since...
God, I don't know how long.
Since like summer 2021.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like a couple of years.
Like it was before our wedding I started because I was like, we need to take it at least 3 to 6 months before you get pregnant. And we've obviously been trying since then. So, but when I was pregnant a couple months ago, I'm sure my body got depleted of it because that's what happens. So that's why they say you take it a lot before you get pregnant. So that way your body can build up a reserve. And that way when your baby starts to form, it takes it out of the vault. And then you keep doing it while those important bodily functions are still being developed, which is in the first couple months. So a lot of prenatals, like the one I'm taking personally, has 1,200 milligrams of folate. They can say so typically if you have the option between folate and folic acid, you want to try and go for folate just because it's a naturally occurring form. However, if you can only get folic acid, That's way better than not taking anything at all. So at least 400 milligrams. They say you can technically stop after that point, but if you continue taking, there's no, like, it's not going to hurt anything. And then they say it's good to take for lactation too, but I did not research that part of it. So
make sure you're taking your folic or folate acid. Good stuff. Well, nothing more important than a healthy baby besides this question, these questions for I Love the 90s. This is very important. I love the 90s. I remember how you did last time.
not great.
And that's a general rule of thumb.
I know.
Well, I don't know how much better you're going to do this week.
That's okay. I have fun trying.
It's all about dates this week. So years specifically, not
The fruit?
not the fruit, not Earth's chocolate. Dates.
Okay.
These are about years.
Okay.
So,
Probably not going to do good.
first question. It's going to be all guesses. When did the first Harry Potter book come out? What
the
year?
Book?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you really only have 9 years to choose from, so your chances are
96.
Ooh, so close.
95.
97, folks.
97, wrong way.
Do you remember what the first one was called?
No.
I don't remember either. Harry Potter and the
Sorcerer's
Chamber of
Stone.
Secrets, Sorcerer's Stone. It's definitely not Prisoner of Azkaban. Those were all later.
I was thinking Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban. All right, 0 for 1, but very close, very close.
Okay.
Question number 2. What year was the first Hummer released? The old giant H1.
Gosh. I want to say 96 on that one.
Incorrect.
94.
92.
Oh, damn.
Bonus. About how much did it weigh?
Did it weigh? I don't know, but it got like 3 miles per gallon. 2 tons. I don't know.
I don't even know how much a ton is. Weighed about 10,000 pounds. And yes, it did get less than 10 miles per gallon, which is fine. Could you imagine? Granted, it probably had an enormous tank, which I would hope it would, but you'd fill it up. Granted, gas was a lot less back then, so you're probably only paying like $100 for
Which
gas.
is what we pay now for our Kia Sorento.
But boy, if you still had a Hummer and you're like, I just put $400 into my tank.
And it will last me 3 days.
10 miles a gallon. All right, 0 for 2. Not as close of a guess on that one.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to get this one. What year did the first Goosebumps book come out? I don't think you were a Goosebumps person, were you?
Keith was.
They were such great books. R.L. Stein. 5.
Let's see. Keith was born
4.
in 85. I'm going to guess
3.
91, 92.
Oh, I'll give it to you, 92. Any chance for a bonus that you could guess what the first
Oh, no.
book
I
was
wouldn't
called?
be able to guess that.
Welcome to Dead House.
No, there's no way.
That's right. Did you read any of those?
No, probably. Probably because of my dreams.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch anything scary.
I watched scary things. I had night terrors.
That's
It's all part of the,
I wasn't allowed to watch the
part of growing up.
Titanic. Like,
That's because there were naked people in it. Mostly
no,
Rose.
and then I watched it at my neighbor's house, and then I had dreams I was drowning, and my mom goes, "This is why I told you I didn't want you to watch the movie."
But did what's his name save you? Leonardo?
No,
That
I
sounds
wouldn't
like a
have
nightmare
been-
then.
I wouldn't have wanted him to.
Did he draw you naked? No? I guess you were a child, so that would have been inappropriate. You wouldn't have wanted Leonardo to save you? Did you not think he was attractive then?
No,
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
maybe Justin Timberlake back then, but
with his top ramen
Yeah,
hair.
with his top ramen hair.
That good old top ramen hair. Gotta love that. All right, 1 for 3. Last one. This is definitely going to be a guess, but I think you've already said the answer. So, when was the Bop It released? Bop it. Twist it. Pull it.
Oh, I had one.
Who didn't have one? It was a great fucking toy. Cause your little anxiety though. It's like you're like,
God, yeah. I gotta start over.
Twist it. Oh, no, I'm supposed to pull it. Flick it.
Flick it. Oh.
You've already mentioned the year.
I've said a bunch of years.
True, but think back.
Gosh, I think 96 would have been too late, so 94.
You had it with
96?
the 96. Oh, you talked yourself out of it.
Trust your gut, folks.
Just like you're taking the insurance test. Go with what you think first. That is all, folks. Good job.
7?
I'll give you that.
Makes sense.
I'll give you that. Good job. I can almost reach you there. 2 for 4, 50%.
Okay.
This has been episode 33 of the Trying to Parent podcast. We are up out of here. Be back next week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you have a fantastic Monday.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th of July. Be safe out there. And
no fireworks for Nina this year.
Give it to me. Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
Was that for Kat?
don't be stingy, guys. Peace out.